We are here. The final game of Wildcard Weekend takes place at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, as the Minnesota Vikings take on the Los Angeles Rams. Winner moves to the divisional round of the NFC playoffs. This is Ramily Talk, and our thoughts are present with those out there in Los Angeles, and the show starts right now.
Maybe you from the 1970s, when the Los Angeles Rams was known as the Prison Foursome because of that defensive line. Or maybe you in the city of St. Louis, the gateway to the Midwest, where the greatest show on turf brought home the first ever Super Bowl championship. Or maybe you in the here and now, with the Rams back in LA, winners of Super Bowl 56. You can rock Eric Dickerson. You can rock Marshall Faulk, Isaiah Bruce, and Kurt Warner. Or maybe you rocking Cooper Kupp, Aaron Donald, and Matthew Stafford. It doesn't matter, but when it comes to this, it's all about the Los Angeles Rams. Horns up, Rams South. Time to talk Rams football.
Well. Good afternoon, Ram Nation. Good afternoon, Ramily. Yes, it's a special Monday edition of Ramily Talk because we are in the playoffs. It is the final game of Wildcard Weekend. And as you can see behind me, this is what it's all about. The final game of Wildcard Weekend. The Los Angeles Rams going against the Minnesota Vikings. All right. It's not going to be a very long episode, but I do want to get it started off real quickly. And I know the situation at hand down in LA and California. So just know thoughts and prayers is with everybody in Los Angeles, down the Southern California area with the fires that are just erupting and destroying life in California. When I looked this morning, I think I woke up to the toll being 25 found dead in this wildfire spread across Los Angeles, and it's a devastating thing. Devastating to the point where not only the Rams moved their game to Arizona, as we all know, but the Lakers and the Clippers didn't play any games. UCLA didn't play some games throughout this week, but they should be resuming today, if I remember correctly. So this is more than sports. This is life throughout California, throughout the Los Angeles area. And it's very devastating that stuff like this happens. Uh, with me being in Florida, I have my own devastation dealing with hurricanes, so I get the idea of tragedy, devastation of Mother Nature for the most part. So, um, those of you who are still around, hope you are still safe. Some of you might be in Arizona, some of you might be other parts of California. Hope you stay safe, and I pray that y'all get through this safely and soundly. Those who are grieving because of loved ones lost, I do send my condolences to you on this difficult time and this difficult situation here. I had to get that in there. Now, we do have some news to get to, as you can tell. LA Together, Los Angeles Rams announced efforts to support Los Angeles during unprecedented fires. You have that. You also have Pincha pledged $500,000 to aid Los Angeles fire victims. You also have the Red Cross doing their thing. Everybody's trying to pitch in. Stan Crockett, the owner for the Rams, throwing some money in. It's things happen. And it's just one of those times you just put sports to a side for a minute and think about the bigger picture. And what's going on in LA is very devastating to see, or what's happened with these wildfires. But let's get to some news. Good news here for the Rams. Uh, to end the season in the month of December, Josh Carter was named the NFC Special Team Player of the Month. Our rookie kicker has been named the Special Teams Player of the Month, which is a very great accomplishment. We had Cameron Kitchens get that award on the defensive side for, I think, was it, he got 2 players of the week. I know that. I think he did get 1 player of the month. I don't remember which month. I want to say either October or November, one of the two. But rookies are stepping up. Speaking of rookies, by the way, congratulations to Jared Verse. He's named to the Pro Bowl. Now, hopefully, he doesn't have to participate in the Pro Bowl, if you get my drift. As hopefully we can see the Rams in New Orleans instead of Orlando. Which is not bad to be in Orlando, Used to live in Orlando, I had my fun times in Orlando. I would never be mad if anybody showed up in Orlando. But I think the bigger goal is to get to New Orleans in February, okay? But congratulations to Jared Verse, rookie year Pro Bowl, doing his thing. That young defense has been balling, and it's great to see. End of the season with holding 3 consecutive teams to under 10 points, which is a very remarkable thing. And I love what we got going on so far. Okay. And then we know who we are playing in 2025. We know where. We just don't know the dates and how the schedule's going. But we know where we're going, and we know who's coming to LA in 2025. Let's get to it. As you can see, of course, the 2 games with the Seahawks, the 49ers, and the Cardinals. But we have the NFC South. We'll be taking a trip to Carolina and Atlanta. We have Tampa Bay and New Orleans coming to us. We also have the AFC South with the Texans and the Colts coming to LA. And we'll get to go see the Tennessee Titans in Tennessee and the Jacksonville Jaguars in Duval County, which I happen to live at. So, yes, be on the lookout. I will be trying to go to that game. Forewarning, I will be trying to go to that game. I will do whatever I can to attend that game. I will see the Rams play the Jaguars right here in Jacksonville, Florida. And also, by us winning the NFC West, we also get to face the other division winners in our conference. We already get to see Tampa Bay, as they are part of the NFC South. But we'll be seeing the Detroit Lions, and the Detroit Lions are coming to LA this time. Now, we might see them in the NFC Championship game if we can get that far. And I'll explain how that will work out if you don't know. But Detroit will be coming to LA in 2025. We also will be playing against the Philadelphia Eagles at Lincoln Financial Field next season. But we do have one other team will play that's a division champion from the AFC side, and that's the Baltimore Ravens. We get to go to Baltimore next season to play the Ravens. It's kind of crazy for me because, my nephew's a Seahawks fan, so I got to deal with him twice a year. All right. My sister's a Falcons fan, so the Rams going to Atlanta. I'm pretty sure that's the game she's going to want to go to. My co-host, Cool McCain, he's an Eagles fan. They going to Lincoln Financial Field. He's going to be happy about that. I live in Jacksonville, so say most of my family are Jaguar fans. My brother's a Ravens fan, so yeah, I'm about to have me a family affair, a friend affair, because my other buddy, Cole Johnson, he's a Houston Texans fan. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun next season. I get to deal with a lot of different things, a lot of different people. I get have some personal rivalries next season, so we're going to have some fun with that. But hey, we know who we're playing. We know where the games are going to be at. We just don't know the dates, okay? Dates will be coming sometime in May, okay? But we got to wait for that. It's all good. It is all good. No complaints here, okay? So now that we get all the news and notes out the way, this is where we're going to take our first break, because when we come back, it's only one thing left to talk about. Monday Night Football, Wildcard Weekend to close it out. Minnesota Vikings, Los Angeles Rams. A rematch from Week 7. So we'll be back after these commercial break.
Drew Willingham.
In this case, yeah, you put the blame on Kyle Shanahan for apparently not preparing the team enough for the overtime rules, supposedly.
Cole Johnson.
Peyton was considered the winner, and he was the darling of all darlings for Gerald.
With a special appearance by Tyrone Alizé McDummy.
Ain't nobody calling me. Text. Delete!
Join these two football enthusiasts as they give you Total Football Talk. Live every Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central on the Sertoba Media and the Comey Media YouTube channels.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Cowboys Talk.
The Dallas Cowboys got exactly what they deserved. Let me say that one more time, because you know it's true. The Dallas Cowboys got exactly what they deserved.
Dak Prescott is overrated and he shouldn't be paid, okay? And the same thing with Pollard. I mean, Pollard breaking the tackles at that 57-yard touchdown run. I mean, we needed that big time.
33 points in the fourth quarter. Let me say that again. 33 points in the fourth quarter. And that's off of 4 turnovers committed by the Colts. See, at one point, and the fact that at the end of the third quarter, it was 21-19, and the final score was 54-19. Now that, ladies and gentlemen, that is completely unexpected.
Cowboys Talk is available on all streaming platforms, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, and YouTube.
Sports fans are gearing up, whether it be for the madness of March, whether it be for the Super Bowl, or even a little thing called WrestleMania. You can get all that at Fanatics, where they have a wide selection of gear from every league, including the NFL, the NBA, the MLB, the NHL, the NCAA, and the WWE. So go on and show that pride, that passion, that dedication fan that you are by working your team, your league, all your favorite players. Fanatics, official license, everything.
This is a BS3 Network presentation.
I want to do a TED Talk, but I don't have anything to talk about yet. I'm getting there.
Life is for the living. We're not here that long.
You can learn anything you want to learn without any money spent.
What do I really enjoy? What do I really want out of life?
I am your host, WIZE.
Are you in a life holding pattern? Well, this is for you. Welcome to the Stuck in My Mind podcast. Live every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 4 p.m. Central.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Ramily Talk here on this special Monday, January 13th, 2025. And yes, it's the final game of Wildcard Weekend. The Minnesota Vikings taking on the Los Angeles Rams on Monday Night Football. First, before we get into it, shout out to the Arizona Cardinals organization for making their stadium available for this game, as this game was originally scheduled to be at SoFi Stadium, but due to the ongoing wildfires in LA, the game had to be moved, and perfectly the correct decision, by the way. And also, shout out to the Cardinals organization for sending planes to gather the Rams teams and their families to bring them to Glendale, Arizona. That's a very nice gesture of them, very kind of them. And I want to make sure that we say thank you and give our props to the Arizona Cardinals organization for stepping in such a difficult, and I do mean difficult, time out there in LA. Nevertheless, if y'all recall, these two teams met back in week 17, Thursday night football at SoFi Stadium, by the way. Rams took that one 30-20 in a big win over the Minnesota Vikings. That was the game that Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua surprisingly returned to the Rams lineup. Sam Darnold had a decent game. Stafford played well. Carry-on Williams played good. Defense was good. Rams got the dub. Fast forward weeks later, the Minnesota Vikings 14-3 on the season as the 5th seed, the highest win total ever by a 5th seed in the playoffs. But they are not the home team. That would be the Los Angeles Rams winners of the NFC West. Starting off 1-4 on the season going into the bye week, and came back and went 9-2, 9-3 the rest of the way. Finished the season 10-7. Lost the final game to the Seattle Seahawks at home, but we rested Stafford, we rested Carry-On Williams, we rested Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp, we rested some starters. Unfortunately for us, Blake Corum suffered a broken forearm, so he would not be seeing the postseason this year. We hope for a full recovery for Blake Corum. Hope to see you next year at some point in time, sir. For the Vikings, they came up short. Actually, scratch that. They got their ass whooped by the Detroit Lions in the final game of the regular season on Sunday Night Football at Ford Field up in Detroit. And that's why they are the 5th seed. Now, maybe we hit that. The Vikings come in as they 2.5-point favorites. Vegas likes them. ESPN likes them. A lot of analysts that's on TV like them. Shannon Sharp to be one. Pat McAfee being another one. Teddy Bruschi, Rich Ryan like the Minnesota Vikings. Damian Rudy picked the Rams. I do believe Stephen A. Smith picked the Rams. I think AJ Hall picked the Vikings as well. So a lot of things, I think a lot of people are looking at the Vikings being 14-3 and saying like, hey, these guys are 14-3. They can win anywhere, they can play anywhere. But y'all must forget what happened in week 7, which I just reminded our good folks. The Rams beat the Vikings in week 7 on a Thursday night game. This is a Monday night game. Oh, and by the way, the last time the Rams was on a Monday night game in the playoffs, Wildcard Weekend, 2021. Well, 2022 exactly. And they beat the Arizona Cardinals to begin their run to the Super Bowl when they beat the Cincinnati Bengals in Super Bowl 56 in Los Angeles to capture their second ever Super Bowl championship in franchise history. So, looking forward to this. Now, let's get to some numbers here because I don't want to ramble too long. Sam Darnold finished passing for 4,319 yards, 35 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Matthew Stafford, on the other hand, 3,762 passing yards, 20 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Aaron Jones, the running back for the lead running back for the Vikings, over 1,100 yards rushing with 5 touchdowns. Carry on really just a yard short. He was 1 yard short from 1,300 rushing yards. 1 yard short from 1,300 rushing yards and 14 touchdowns, and yet he didn't get He didn't get Pro Bowl nod. The only Pro Bowl nod we got was Joe Verse. But Carry Wins couldn't get to the Pro Bowl. That's very disrespectful. Very disrespectful. I understand Saquon Barkley. No argument there. Josh Jacobs. It's a debate. It's a very good debate. And if you're saying it's not a debate, whatever. Jameer Gibbs, he spent the time with, But hey, I feel like Carry Wins should have been a Pro Bowl. But neither here nor there. Justin Jefferson, the name speaks for itself. Over 1,500 yards receiving with 10 touchdowns. It is what it is. Puka Nacua, despite missing. So he got hurt in week 1. He ain't come back to week 7. So you're talking 5 games. Despite missing 5 games, that man almost had a 1,000-yard receiving year with only 3 touchdowns. Hey, that's all we can ask for. Statistically, from the NFL, Vikings are 9th in the league at scoring 25 points a game. The Rams are 20th in the league. Nothing but a 4-point difference, but that's 20th, and that's 21 points right there. Talking about 2 of the top 5 passing offense in the league. Vikings are 5th at 257. The Rams are 10th at 249, or basically 241. Rushing attack, both in the bottom half. Vikings are 19th with 109 yards rushing per game. The Rams are 24th at basically 104 rushing yards per game. Sacks. Vikings are 5th, 11 more sacks than the Rams, 49-38. Interceptions, the Vikings lead the league in interceptions. The Rams are 14th, okay? So you got teams that can play defense. They can get after the quarterback, even though there's a bigger gap between the Vikings and the Rams in the sack department. But the Rams show they can get after the quarterback. Rams have not been known for causing turnovers, but hey, you got 13 interceptions and led by the rookie Cam Kitchens from the University of Miami, who has, I think, 3 or 4 interceptions on the season. You do have a veteran, Akila Witherspoon, who is nice at corner. So he might be seeing Justin Jefferson a lot tonight. John Johnson is back with the Los Angeles Rams. He's back from injury. By the way, no injury designation for the Rams, okay? Everybody that's injured is pretty much is on IR. So John Johnson is back in the lineup. Good to see him back. Cam Corum is good to go. So defense isn't healthy. Offense is healthy. The offensive line has been healthy going into the late part of the season, which is a very good thing, which is nice to get them some rest against the Seattle Seahawks to get them fresh and ready for this game tonight. We got some healthy. This should be a fun battle tonight, okay? Between the Vikings and the Rams, part 2 of this matchup. See if Sam Darnold can bounce back, and I believe a lot of people are looking at Sam Darnold and looking for him to bounce back and be more of this Sam Darnold that you see here than what we saw against Detroit when he was missing throws and making bad decisions, and he looked like the Sam Darnold of not the Sam Darnold of 2024. So that's what people are looking at. They're looking for the 2024 Sam Darnold, but not the Sam Darnold before 2024. That's at the same time. Y'all do realize, like, Sean McVay is a Super Bowl champion, right? Sean McVay has won the NFC West 4 times in his 8 years as the Rams coach. So half of his time was winning division titles. He only missed the playoffs once, if I'm correct. And that was the year after we won the Super Bowl when we went 5-12, I think. That's like the only time Sean McVay missed the playoffs. Other side of that, he's been in the playoffs. He's been in the playoffs 7 times. This would be 7th after 8 years. Matthew Stafford is a Super Bowl winning quarterback. He has seen it all, done it all. Pretty much top 10 quarterback in the NFL history. Passing yards. Man hardly misses games, despite the fact he gets beat up every single game. The man does not leave games. Puka Nacua is healthy. Cooper Kupp is healthy. Karen Williams is healthy. The offensive line is healthy. Okay. Maybe Maybe Sean McVay took that week. Now we got Jordan Whittington, our rookie wide receiver, who looked very good against the Seattle Seahawks defense. And that was the starting defense, by the way. That wasn't no backups by Seattle. That was the starting defense for the Seahawks. Looked very good. You know, DeMarcus Robinson, he can show up when it's time to show up. Ty Johnson has been there in cleat catches when we didn't have Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua. We have weapons. Tutu Atwell, can't forget about Tutu Atwell can take the top off the defense as well as Jordan Whittington, by the way. So we have weapons here. Now, we're not going to say the Vikings got weapons too. Justin Jefferson, baby, one. Jordan Addison's another one. You do got TJ Hawkinson, who's been a great tight end. Aaron Jones out the backfield. Should be a fun one to watch. But the winner of this game will be visiting the Philadelphia Eagles, ladies and gentlemen. As you see here, this is the divisional round. Saturday, you will see the Houston Texans and the Kansas City Chiefs get it started off. And then the nightcap will be Washington at Detroit. Good job, Dan Campbell. Telling Kevin O'Connor you'll see him in 2 weeks. Then on Sunday, the beginning of the one will be Philly versus the winner of tonight's game. And Ravens and Bills will close out divisional weekend, all right? But for this game, the winner of this game will be heading to Philly on Sunday, January 19th, a short week, 3 p.m. NBC Peacock. So that is the prize for the winner of tonight's game between the Los Angeles Rams and the Minnesota Vikings. So we already beat this team. And we shouldn't take them lightly because they are 14-3. The record speaks for itself. But at the same time, the disrespect that is coming towards the Rams is very noted. It's very noted. Starting with what Dan Campbell told Kevin O'Connor at the end of the game last week when he said he will see them in 2 weeks, which you will not be seeing them in 2 weeks. You will be seeing the Washington Commanders and Jaden Daniels after they upset win of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Sunday Night Football. But now, ladies and gentlemen, we win this game, we head to Philly. A game in which, if it weren't for Saquon Barkley, it would have been interesting to see how that game would have went. But Saquon Barkley went for a franchise record and a personal record against us in SoFi Stadium. So it'd be nice to run it back at Lincoln Financial Field to see if they can do it again. They had their struggles, but they survived the Green Bay Packers. I don't see Matthew Stafford throwing 3 picks like Jordan Love did if we do meet them again. But we have to deal with the Minnesota Vikings first. And I feel very good about this game tonight for the Los Angeles Rams. I hope you do as well. And with that being said, that is all we have today for Ramily Talk. Thank you for tuning in. If you want to listen to Ramily Talk, you can listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, as well as our YouTube channel, the Playmakers Ball YouTube channel. You also watching it live on my LinkedIn page, my personal LinkedIn page, and on the Playmakers Ball Facebook page as well. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for spending some time with me on this grateful Monday as we close out Wildcard Weekend with the Rams playing against the Minnesota Vikings down in Glendale, Arizona. And once again, hearts, thoughts, prayers, condolences to everybody in Los Angeles. Praying that you get through this difficult time peacefully. Hopefully tonight will give you some type of freedom from what's going on and that you can enjoy tonight's game, whatever you're watching from, and pray for the best, ladies and gentlemen. As for the Playmaker, I will talk to y'all next week, win or lose. Hopefully it's a win that we can continue season 5 of Ramily Talk. But if not, we'll be closing out season 5 of Ramily Talk with the season recap. Either way, I'll be seeing y'all next week. Well, I'll be seeing y'all Thursday, should I say, more than instead of next week, but Thursday. And hopefully we be celebrating and getting ready for another game. Until then, stay safe, have fun, and enjoy tonight's game. Whose house? Rams house. Thank you for tuning in to Ramily Talk. Ramily Talk is sponsored by Fanatics, Lids, and Paramount Plus. Get your favorite sports appeal with Fanatics or Lids, and get great streaming service with Paramount Plus. If you want to donate to the program, you can donate to us via Cash App, $D Playmakers. That is again, $D Playmakers. And remember, you can follow and subscribe to Ramily Talk on all podcast directories, including Apple, Google, Spotify, Amazon Music, and YouTube.
And those of you who are on Apple, leave us a rate review, leave comments on how you feel about Ramily Talk and the episode that you listen to. Tune in again next time for more Ramily Talk, hosted by the Playmaker.